Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I'm going to be bringing you my very long overdue update for my makeup rehab series. This is a series that I started at the beginning of 2022 after having looked at all of my purchases from last year and the year before that and the year before that, identifying some of the trends that I tend to fall into and then creating sort of a framework around how I want my purchases this year to look. And I am bringing you along for that journey. I have linked down in the description box below my playlist, as well as links to It's Just Steph's channel, as well as Paula, who is a beauty guru, made me do it. They heavily influenced the framework that I created for my own rehab series. If you have not discovered these two lovely ladies, this is a good opportunity to do so. So I have a couple of things that are specific to my rehab series in that I started the year with 25 credits. So each purchase deducts a credit, but my makeup empties add credits back so that I'm hopefully using up products as well as bringing new products in. I know it's not a 1-to-1 ratio and that's fine. I just want to make sure that I am showing love and attention to the makeup that I'm purchasing as well as to the makeup that I have already purchased. I hope that makes sense. Now, a couple of things that I am trying to heavily restrict my purchases on. Lip products, I have a total of 5 that I want to be able to purchase this year. And mascara, I have said I don't want to purchase any. However, I'm sure I will break that because there's one that I'm just really in love with and I want to purchase a full size of, but that is a different story for a different update. So I've also said that I will allow myself 12 eyeshadow palettes throughout the course of the year before they start deducting from my bank. And that's because I just love eyeshadow palettes so stinking much, and I would blow through all of my credits otherwise, and then I would become discouraged and not want to continue on with it. So I'm giving myself that sort of wiggle room, and things like gifts and PR are not included in my bank because I don't want them to be. So let's talk about where I'm starting. So at the end of January's update, I had 25.75 credits in my beauty bank. Did I spend any this month? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So, a couple of things that I will talk about first are going to be the 2 eyeshadow palettes that came into my life this month. Now, one of which technically is a January purchase. I purchased this on the 29th of January. However, it had delayed shipping, which I knew that going in, which is why I didn't mention it. But I have received it, and this is from Menagerie Cosmetics. This is the Serenity palette that was done in collaboration with Annette's Makeup Corner. I've been wanting this for a while, and when I saw that this was the last time it was going to be restocking, I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to buy it. I realize that it makes it difficult to really use a lot on my channel because it's no longer available, but I just love it so much. So this is the color story. It is so perfect for spring and summer. It has so many just beautiful, vibrant colors in it, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to start using this. I have wanted to use it since the moment that it arrived in the mail. I just haven't had an opportunity because I've had craziness going on in my life. So as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by a dead battery. I'm very excited to have this. I'm very excited to use this. And let me know if you want to see more of this on my channel or if you want me to just keep to Instagram with it. Let me know. I would love to hear your opinion. Also, have you used this palette and what are your thoughts? I would love to know that too. So the other palette that came into my life this month is another mostly discontinued palette. That is this right here. I am over the dang moon to have this palette. Like, I just cannot put into words how excited I am to finally own the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. There it is in all of its absolutely stunning, glorious beauty. As you can tell, I have been using it. Sorry, project panning. I am so happy to have this. I am so happy to have this. I also don't understand. I don't understand the world market, to be honest with you, because in the United States, this is nowhere to be found. Any place shipping to any place in the United States, it is nowhere to be found. However, I follow a lot of international beauty people on Instagram, and I was seeing that they were picking it up brand new. And I was like, how is that happening? I don't understand. I was continuing to search just with Google, and somehow Google let me on to the Sephora Canada website where it was in stock. And I was like, what? What? I thought this palette was gone, and I have now somehow stumbled upon it. I definitely tried to add it to a basket and ship it, and it was like, dude, no, we ship to Canada. So I reached out to my friend Emily, and I was like, okay, is this true? Is this like actually in stock, or am I just crazy? She went on, she was like, no, it's in stock. If you want me to ship it to you, I will. And I was like, yes. So did I massively overpay for this palette? I did. Do I have any regrets? I don't. I don't. I have wanted this palette for so long. Yes, I should have just bought it when it was here, but I didn't know it was going to be going anywhere. But yeah, I am so flippin' in love with this. I'm so happy to have it, and I'm so grateful to have it. And I, again, have zero regrets. So both of those do not hit my beauty bank. However, it takes my total from 10 down to 8. And I kind of saw that coming, that I was going to be purchasing at minimum 1 palette a month, because that's just who I am. So I'm probably going to have to start hitting my bank before too long, but I do have a couple of things that will actually hit my bank this month, and one of which is a lip product. So I have been wearing a lot of kind of nudie brown lip colors. In fact, my favorite is from Marc Jacobs. It is Dream Girl, and I love it, and I'm sad that Marc Jacobs, I don't know what's going on with Marc Jacobs. I don't know if they are no longer producing makeup. I know that I had seen, I think it was Kelly Gooch, talk about Marc Jacobs in that they are looking for a new lab or something. So I don't know what's going on with that. I just know that they are not releasing anything new, and everything has been on like massive sale for a while now. But Dream Girl is probably one of my very favorite lip colors, and I was looking for a lip liner to go with it. Most of the lip liners that I have are kind of on the mauve-y side, or berries, or reds. I don't seem to have anything that's kind of actually brown. So I went on a little bit of a hunt, but I didn't buy the right thing. So I picked up this one right here. This is from ColourPop. This is BFF3. Ulta has the worst color swatches. So this is definitely a beautiful brown, but it is darker than what I was looking for. So I will still get good use out of it. And I do have some deeper browns in my collection that, especially come fall, I will start to wear again. So this will get use, but it just wasn't what I was looking for in the moment. Spoiler alert for March, I did buy another one that is what I was looking for, so that's a good thing. But since I had given myself a maximum of 5 lip products, that is going to drop it down to 4, and it's going to take a credit away from my beauty bank. Also, I did something that I said I wasn't going to do, but I also regret nothing about it. So I said at the beginning of the year that I wanted to not buy makeup from Marshalls, because I tend to get really excited about something that I find at an awesome discount and then just not ever use it or not like it. Because the thing is that oftentimes the things that are in Marshalls and TJ Maxx are there for a reason, and I have to remember that. This is the other kinds of things that are at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and those are items that are discontinued or brands that are no longer in existence. This is from Becca. Becca honestly is one of my very favorite highlighter formulas ever, and this is my very favorite shade from Becca. So this is the shade Lilac Geode. I already have a full size, but I saw this for $13. Ooh, the packaging is kind of wonky-fied. And it was completely undisturbed. And I definitely bought it, and I'm totally fine with that, because the idea that there will come a time when I will actually use through my other one, not ever being able to buy it again, just filled me with such sadness that when I saw this at Marshall's, I purchased it, and I'm fine with that. So I have used 2 credits from my beauty bank, dropping it from 25.75 down to 23.75. But do I have any empties? Am I going to be adding back to the bank that I am depleting? And the answer is yes. Do I have more credits than, or do I have more, am I adding more credits than I used? That came off weirdly. I think so, which is exciting. So I do have one full-size empty, and this is a brow product. This is the Precisely My Brow from Benefit. This one is in the shade 3.5. I really, really like this a lot. I was very much hoping that this would be part of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty again this time around. It doesn't appear that that's the case. It looks like it's going to be the ABH Brow Wiz, which I've never used before, so I will, I'm sure, pick up at least one of those, because these really micro precision tips are what I honestly prefer. So this one is used up. I have another one in 4.5 that I'm currently working on, and is what's in my brows today. I really like both of these colors. The 0.5s from Benefit tend to be on the cooler side, which is what my brows naturally are. So I like both of them very well, and I'm sure that I will pick them up again in the future. But I also have a whole slew of minis. Oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. So this is a half a credit. So for each full-size item that I use up, I get half a credit, and for each mini that I use up, I get 1/4 of a credit. So I have a whole bunch of minis. So the first one here is from Makeup Forever. This is a mini of their Step 1 primer. This one is in the smoothing formula. I did like this quite a bit, and it's one that if it were to make its way into my collection again, I would happily use up. And if I had no primer whatsoever and I was looking for a smoothing primer, this would be a contender for sure. I did like that a lot. I also used up this primer here. This one is from Cover FX. This is their illuminating primer. I don't even know if they make this anymore, to be 100% honest. When I went to go link it in my empties video, I really couldn't find this particular formula, so either it's been renamed or it's been discontinued. I'm not sure. Either way, this is not something that I think that I would purchase. It was fine. There are just other illuminating primers that I prefer. So this is not a bad product, just not something that I have any interest in pursuing again. I used up this little one from Too Faced. So this is the Hangover RX primer. I have a whole bunch of these in various sizes, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite. It's, again, it's just a meh product for me personally, but I am glad to have this used up. And then the final primer, because I went through 4 minis that I used up, is this one here from Farsali. Man, did I hype this up in my head. Holy moly. This is the Liquid Glass. This just made me look like a greasy mess. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. All of the Farsali items had been just so heavily hyped on Instagram, and everybody made them look just so lovely and so luxe, and I wanted them so badly. And I'm glad that I never purchased any of this one, at least, because it did not get on happily with my skin. I used up a little mini powder from Cover FX. Is that upside down? It sure is. There we go. So this is the just translucent light powder. It was fine. Took me about a month or so to go through. I think I've got a full size of this as well. So definitely not something that I was overly wowed by, but I will be perfectly fine using through what I already have in my collection, though I don't see myself purchasing it again. I also used through a little lip balm. Very exciting, so completely empty. I really liked this. This is from NARS. This was in the shade Laguna. It's their, I think it's the Afterglow balm. I liked it a lot. I have another one in this size that I haven't started using yet, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. I don't know if I enjoyed it enough to pay full price for it, but I did enjoy using it, and I'm happy that I have another one that I'm going to start using before too long. And then finally, I went through just a little mini of the MAC Fix Plus. It is definitely one of my very favorite makeup mists. I use them all in the same way, so it's not a technical setting spray, it's a fixing spray, which is fine for me because I just use it to kind of meld all of my powders together and give my face a more finished look, and for that, I absolutely love it. So that means that I am returning back into my beauty bank 1.25 credits. So that's very exciting. I will have all of my totals popped up here, but I feel like so far on paper, I'm doing really well. On paper, I'm doing really well. And honestly, as far as purchases go, in comparison to years past, I'm not doing badly, but I'm definitely bringing in more full sizes than I'm using up. I'm using up a lot of minis, which is great. Absolutely great. I'm not knocking that at all because I've said for a couple of years now that I accumulated far too many minis and that they've started to take over. So I'm very glad that I am working through these, but I just need to bear that in mind when I am deciding what to purchase. With that said, the Ulta 121 Days of Beauty are coming up, and I know that there are going to be some things that I'm going to purchase through that sale, whether it be to replace things like brow products or just things that I've had my eyes on anyway. So I'm sure that my update for March will look a bit differently, and absolutely the one for April will look different because not only will we have the tail end of the 21 Days of Beauty, but we also have the Sephora Spring Sale, and I know that there are things that I'm going to want to purchase. So I'll be really interested to see where my numbers and my beauty bank are after my April update, because I think that's going to put in sharp perspective where I need to be focusing my attentions on for the year. I hope that really makes sense. But even with all that said, I don't regret any of the things that I purchased this month. I mean, I kind of regret the lip liner because it wasn't what I was looking for, but it is something that I know that I will get use out of anyway. I'm getting a lot more into lip liners, and I'm gonna credit the Graveyard Project pan for that. I've put lip liners in there to use, and it's really kind of gotten me into the habit of kind of including them in my routine. So I like that I'm starting to use my lip liners. However, I also need to be cognizant of the fact that I need to be using through them rather than adding to them, which is what I have absolutely done. So gonna work through those areas there. Let me know, how have your purchases been this year so far? Are you on a low buy or a no buy? And if so, how is it going for you? And how do you think mine is going for me? Am I living up to expectations, or am I skirting the system? Please let me know your opinion, because sometimes it takes an outside perspective to really kind of bring things into focus. I love hearing your suggestions. I love talking with you guys down in the comments, so please make sure to at least say hi. As always, everything that I'm wearing, as well as everything that I've purchased that I can link, will be linked in the description box below. And if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.